Have you ever felt lost after a failure? When everything you built falls apart and you don't even know where to start again? Most people give up in those moments. But the truth is, you can transform that very moment for your good. You can turn that pain into a plan, that failure into your foundation. One of the greatest examples of this was Chanakya, a man who turned humiliation into power and defeat into destiny. Chanakya wasn't born powerful. He was a teacher and a scholar, a man who believed that knowledge could shape the world. He had spent years studying, mastering strategy, and understanding human nature. And he saw a kingdom ruled by greed and corruption, the Nanda Empire. Determined to help, Chanakya went to the royal court of the Nanda king. He came there with advice, with hope that wisdom could guide power and that the kingdom could be set on a path of justice and strength. Instead, he was insulted, mocked for his appearance, humiliated in front of everyone, and thrown out of the court. That was the moment most people would break. But Chanakya didn't. He walked away silently, but inside him, something had awakened. In exile, Chanakya didn't waste his pain. He studied deeper, thought sharper, and began understanding what truly controls the world. Not brute strength, but the mind behind it. He trained himself in patience. He observed how leaders rise and fall, how people think, and how emotions can be turned into tools. He realized something powerful. You don't always have to fight immediately. Sometimes you win by waiting. That's when he met a young boy, Chandragupta Maurya. And in that child, he saw the potential of a leader who could change India's destiny. Chanakya taught Chandragupta everything he knew: strategy, psychology, and the art of power. He turned his own pain into lessons. Every insult he had faced became a reason to prepare harder. Years later, the same man who was thrown out of the king's court returned. But this time he didn't come alone. He came with an emperor. And together they built the Mauryan Empire, one of the greatest in Indian history. Chanakya's story isn't about revenge, it's about resilience. It's about learning to see failure not as an end but as information. When life breaks you, don't rush to react. Observe, think, and learn. Your emotions are energy, but if you waste them in anger, they burn you. If you direct them with clarity, they can build empires. Chanakya didn't escape failure, he studied it. He used every defeat as a mirror to understand human nature, and that made him unstoppable. So, next time you feel defeated, don't try to erase the pain. Sit with it. Ask what it's trying to teach you. Because the same fire that burns you today can forge you tomorrow. Chanakya once said, "The one who controls his mind controls the world." He proved it, not in words but in action. From humiliation to history, his journey reminds us failure is not your ending, it's your preparation. And maybe, like Chanakya, your setback is not the fall of your story, it's just the beginning of your empire.